if someone were to sprain their ankle, you know that you can't walk on that sprained ankle right away. And it's not a bad thing. That's your body's is doing the appropriate mechanism, the appropriate response in order to protect you so that it can heal. So when you start to see your neck start to go into tightness and into spasming, which is really common, people come in, they're like, oh yeah, I can't turn my head from side to side. Like, just get it to move again, doc. You know, whatever we can do to open that up. And if we were to just, magically give you a muscle relaxer or a pill, which is what, is attempted a lot of the times to just open all that up so you could ignore the pain and the discomfort, it would actually be doing your body a severe disservice because it's locked up to protect for the instability. Because when you look at the spine is the centralmost part of the neck, right? It's way deep inside of there. And then there's these almost like concentric rings as you start to go into the innermost layer. The muscles that are closest to the spine, they're the ones that are supposed to be controlling and giving feedback for how the joints are moving.
Yep.
But the thing is, that's not under control of muscles they're not voluntary muscles. So right now, I can tell my brain can say, hey, I need you to bend your arm, and I flex this muscle right here in order to bend my elbow. That's because it's under voluntary control. Well, the muscles that are controlling the spine are involuntary muscles, which means it's part of, kind of like right now you can't tell your heart to just stop beating for a while. It's an involuntary response. The same thing in these deep muscles. The reason I'm bringing this up, why is this important, is because when those muscles start to malfunction, and they've lost their connection, their integrity talking to and from the brain, which is what we deal with primarily in this office, then what happens is the body is left to try to do damage control. So it says, well, we can't use these deep muscles to do the work. So what we're going to do is we're going to use your voluntary muscles. So I can tell my neck to bend, twist, and move right now, but these muscles should be basically turned off most of the time unless I say, hey, turn my head to the right, turn my head to the left. But if you have lost the integrity deep, then what happens is these are the only muscles that the body can rely on to create stability. So what does it do? It locks it down. So now all of a sudden it's like, hey, turn your head. What the heck? I can't. What's wrong? I can't turn. I can't, you can't move your neck. Yep. Or maybe you can move your neck, but it's just always aching. It's always under stress, like you were saying, Dr. Natalie. And this is something that builds up over time, and it causes so many problems to the point where it's common. We were actually just all looking at x-rays yesterday, and we see it pretty often where in the muscles itself, we'll actually see calcification.
Yeah.
Or we'll see calcification or extra bony growth that's actually coming off of the base of the skull, where these muscles come and they start to attach, or they have ligamentous layers that come and attach. And because it's under so much stress, it literally, just like the other bones we talked about, it will lay down more concrete bone in those areas, and we'll actually start to see it calcifying, which means that it's actually turning to bone because it's been under so much stress for so long.